And we're back. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Made on the Made Network. I am your host, Miss Mel B, aka Miss Henry K, sitting next to my co-host, my very best friend, brother, all the things, Mr. Art Paint Fast. How you doing today?
How you doing?
Dang, that was dry as hell.
How y'all doing?
Sitting next to our co-host, and today we are talking about memorable moments, friendships, and making history in Black history.
Hey.
Today, we have some awesome co-stars with us today. As you guys know, we are navigating through the 2001 Bartram Motivation class, and today,
Best class.
today,
Yes.
we have three very special guests from the class here with us today. Miss Amber,
Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, class.
Miss Jen,
How y'all doing?
Mr.
Yes.
Santiago.
Hey, one and only.
How are y'all doing today?
Oh man, I'm blessed to be here.
Yeah, good to be here, man.
Good to see everybody.
Listen, no complaints over here.
Hey, it's been fun already.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Mr. Hardware.
Great
Talk
be
to the
here.
folks. Talk to the folks.
Since last time, since we're back now.
I know, right?
It's been
What's
a
this, the
while.
fourth one?
Yeah, it's the fourth one. You running this out, right?
I'm trying.
Yeah,
I'm
you
trying.
know the thing,
I'm trying.
yeah, that's
It's
how
not
you do
me.
it.
It's us. It's the
It's definitely
class.
us. It's definitely us. But
Yeah.
you had the vision.
Definitely
Yeah,
did.
we're glad you had
We
the
appreciate
vision.
the vision.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you. I mean, since you're touching on that, I mean, we might as well jump right into that. I'm sure you guys is like, what is going on? What were your first thoughts when you saw the first clip of this whole situation ordeal?
I was like, give me more. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like,
It was like, what, 30
need to
seconds?
know.
What's
Like,
going on?
I had to keep replaying the videos. Like, did I miss something? Like, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So it just captivates you. Like, I'm listening.
Looking for the links, looking at the familiar faces, like, oh my God, look at him. Like, oh, haven't seen him in years. Natalie was there in that first
Yeah.
video.
Yeah,
Like,
that
that
drew me
was
right
super
in.
cool.
Mr. Natalie
Like,
drew me right in.
wow.
I seen it. I was like, that's my
Right.
boy, man.
We
Yeah.
knew we had to bring him in first. We knew he would be the catch.
Yeah.
We was like, I mean, he was everybody's favorite teacher.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah.
For the
For
most
sure.
part, everybody's favorite coach. And I mean, it wasn't just Bartram, but it's Southern and all the other things. So,
We touched Philly.
yeah,
We
yeah,
definitely touched
definitely
Philly.
touched
Sure, in
Philly.
a lot of ways.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Many of ways.
But like, yeah, we had them first over here. So y'all had them
first.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
y'all had them later. We had them
Absolutely.
first.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we were like, let's go grab. If we're gonna grab anybody, let's go grab him.
That was
Let's
the
grab
attention
him
getter.
first.
I've had people from other sections of Bartram, other annexes, like texting me, my cousin, like, what's going on? What are y'all doing? Who is this? Like, why y'all have Natalie here? And I'm just like, I don't know.
You like, right?
I'm trying to figure that out.
I have
now.
no
I'm like, what's
idea.
up?
But we're
I ain't
learning
hear
with
nothing.
you. We saw it where you saw it.
Right.
Shout out to Smoke.
Yeah,
That's
shout out to
right.
Smoke. Hey, guys.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so what's going on here? What's going on is, we're trying. This is what we're coming up with. This is officially 23 years since we've been out of school.
Come on now.
23
When you put a number on it,
Wow.
when you put a number on it, it's like,
Y'all
Ooh.
old.
Like yesterday.
Where the time go?
Yeah.
I know,
That's
right?
crazy.
23
23
Jordan
years.
year.
23 years.
And
Right.
we've never had
Wow.
a reunion ever. So
I chalked it. I was like, I guess we not doing nothing.
I think most people did. A lot of people just chalked it. It's been a lot of like, let's do it. And it's always like we start something and then nothing and then bring it back up and then it's dry.
Right,
So
there's been like little meetups here and there, but nothing major, not the whole class. You know what I mean?
well, when you get Henry Kate involved, it becomes major. I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
I'm just telling
Somebody
y'all.
gotta take the lead.
You
Right.
understand?
Right.
You understand? So I figured, it wasn't even but it was a we, like just talking, just playing around. Like, yo, I know people got mad stories to tell, so we should like get on camera and tell these stories. That's really how it started. And as the days kept going, we kept thinking of like how else we would add on.
Yeah.
But we were like, since it's been 23 years and we've never had a reunion, we gotta come out in a big way. It can't be little, like.
Right. Right.
We're not doing nothing small. We're going to do a prelude to the big
Right.
reunion. So we're going to get together with all of our class, bring them on camera, tell the stories, ask the questions, get the rumors out, get the questions out, all the things. Let's reconnect before we reconnect. And I'm just glad that you have said yes.
It's been dope.
Yeah.
It's been super fun to watch.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
definitely
It has been.
innovative. If there's anything like this before, I've never seen it. So
Right.
I
Can
definitely
you tell me
think
how
this.
you found your guests today? Please?
Oh, yeah.
And where have they been?
I don't,
Oh,
man.
man.
Listen, now we're going to have to ask them directly where they've
I
been.
haven't seen some of these faces.
You know how we got them? I went up in the chat and I just spoke out and was like, listen, I need everybody to do a soft ask
Yeah.
For sure.
to other people. I'm not, I got to do this on this end and I need everybody to jump in and ask somebody else. And that's really how we got them. Everybody followed the directions. And it was like, hey, listen, we doing this podcast. We need you to jump on. I've been a part. Do you want to be a part? That's really how we got them. And once I got
Yeah.
the yes, I was like, all right, so now listen here.
The emails came in. I was like, dang. I was like, I just sent it.
I was with it immediately. From the time I seen the first video, I was like, I want to do it. What's going
Yo,
on?
you might have been our biggest support. I will say that on camera. I think you might be one of the biggest supporters, like from day one. So
Yeah, that's
we truly appreciate that. Like you was on it,
doubt.
like every time, like
Love our
share,
class, man.
like who is behind this? I don't. At first, I didn't even want to be on camera. I was
Yeah,
like,
at
nah.
first I was like, who is running this? Like, who is this?
Behind the scenes.
I'm like, who is it?
It's all of us. It's the Bartram motivation class of 2001.
But that's really what's cool about our class, though,
We-
is that everybody has a link to someone who has a link to someone who has. We've like really kind of kept in touch over the years, and that's like really cool to me. That somebody always has a handout, or somebody knows somebody that we can catch up with. Like, there's
Right.
literally been faces on here, and I'm like, oh my god, I have not seen them in so long. Who had
Yes.
access to them? But we're all
sure.
still kind of linked, and I
Yep.
feel like that's cool. And that's like that's not something that a lot of classes have.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Since I stopped hanging out, I stopped running into people. So
Well, when
my
you
younger
had
days, I used to
30
run into people
babies.
all the
I feel
time.
like I never run into our class
No?
anywhere. I'll be out and about. It's very seldom.
Well, we
You
all
know why?
doing things now, you know.
It'd be the
Having
weirdest
children.
places.
Yeah.
Right.
How you gonna go out when
Random
you got
spots.
where?
Oh, I seen a person downtown before, like just randomly.
I run into you downtown before getting off the bus years ago.
I
Years.
was,
42, getting off the 42.
Right now, school. I was probably going to school or something.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know where all these people are, but the goal is to get them on this, get them right here in these
Right.
seats
We
with
still
y'all.
looking for a few.
Yeah.
Right.
Quite
gotta
a
find
few.
some
And I
people.
think
Some people
everybody
are
should do
MIA.
it. I think everybody should do
Yeah,
it.
cool. Everybody
think
should
so?
definitely do
I think
it.
everybody should do
You
it.
need to reach out.
But since you kind of like, well, you asked the question. You asked me how we found them.
Yeah, Amber, what you been up to?
What have I been up to? Living life. Simply trying to get this adulting thing down. Like trying to slow life down a little bit. Cause how are we 40 now?
Ew.
Like it's a blur. Like I really don't know how we got here,
Months
but
away from the next one.
That is true.
I'm a psych nurse. I have a cute little family. I'm a dog mom. Don't have kids. Don't plan on having any. God bless you, parents.
How
but
many
that's-
dogs you have?
I have two. I have a mini pincher and a standard pincher. They're bad as hell. I have silver tooth children.
Wait,
Silver
whoa.
tooth children, they are terrible.
Whoa.
They're in the puppy stage right now. But yeah, like I have a stepson that just literally signed his intent letter for Westchester today.
Wow!
So I'm excited about
Congratulations!
that. Thank you.
Congratulations!
Congrats to him and his dad. They've been like, I came in on the tail end. I met him at 14. But
That's a big deal. You met them like right. That's,
right,
That's heavy.
right when
Yeah.
when the
Yeah,
high
that
school years were
transition.
starting. It's a huge transition as a teenager.
Yes,
But
it is.
we've done really well as a family, and we're happy and super excited for him to start his college journey. And yeah, that's it. I've been chilling out. I mean, you guys may have seen me, stumbling out a bar or two in my 20s, but
I don't see you doing
More
nothing
than two.
working out.
well, more than two with this one over here.
Yeah,
We have
man.
stories.
More than two.
Yeah.
But
a lot of stories.
yeah, I've just been chilling and enjoying life lately, being that soccer mom, football mom, track mom.
All the things. Shout
all
out to
those
all the
things.
moms who do all the
Yeah.
sports. I'm not
Yeah.
a sports mom. I can't.
It's a lot. There's a
You
lot of
was at
back
the
and forth.
basketball game.
Yeah.
And they drove me crazy.
You went to a basketball
Like they
game.
drove me crazy. Remember you had to come up there?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
was
you
up
had
there.
to come with some
Ooh.
situations. Yeah.
But that's pretty much it with me. What's going on with you, Jen?
You know, just I'm a social worker, so I got my master's a couple of years ago.
Yes.
So I just was
Congrats.
recently promoted.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
I mean, I work at DHS. I've been there for like 18 years now, so
Oh, wow. Did you
a long
Did
time.
you just post a new job thing?
Yes, yes,
Hey,
yes.
Congratulations.
Yes, I
Congrats.
did. Yes, thank you. Oh, that was a long time coming with patience. So
Yeah.
Congratulations.
just that journey in itself was like, when it's my time, it'll be my time.
And it's your time.
So it was my time. So I was like,
What
I'll
better
take
year
it.
than a Jordan year?
See, even better. My time is my time. See, we're gonna do this together.
Yeah.
Being a mom of a teenager
Mm.
Yeah.
is
Preach.
a whole nother hard thing in itself. So
Preach.
double job. But being a dance mom, thank God she took a break for a little while, so I ain't gotta do all the running around. But other than that, just maintaining. Like I can't complain. I'm blessed, honestly. So
Nice.
Ramon,
You know, Ramon, it's been a roller coaster. I can tell you that. But definitely in and out on a good note. Raising 6 boys now. You know, 5 of my own and 1 stepson.
yeah.
It's been interesting.
Mm.
Definitely been interesting. But I feel blessed. I'm grateful to be where I'm at. I wouldn't trade them for the world. Wouldn't be nowhere else.
So,
Nice.
Mr. Santiago,
Yeah.
you're back.
Yeah. I'm back.
You back. We ain't have to fly and come get you. You
Man,
back.
I've been back about a year now. You know, I took a little break from the East Coast and went to Denver for a year. Mom Duke's out there. She moved out there when I was stationed out there in the Marines.
How was you in the Marines for?
4 years in and out. Mom kind of needed a change of scenery. You know, I was like, come out here. I need you anyway. You know, she came out. Only had 1 son at the time. My little brother was a kid. He moved out there with us and kind of helped her transition. She got settled and she's married. Just moved to Cheyenne, actually.
Oh wow.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah.
I needed a life reset. You know, I was going through a lot of, ups and downs. I'll just keep it at that. A lot of ups and downs. And went out there for a year, got my life right, did exactly what I said I was going to do, what I needed to do. And now I'm back and switched careers and is everything headed in the right direction. I'm loving where I'm at right now.
Oh,
Got a
absolutely.
new lady,
Yeah.
brand new
Hey,
baby
boy.
boy.
Okay.
Baby boy.
Yeah.
Brand new baby boy. And, I'm blessed, man. I'm loving them. They loving me. And we in this adulting journey and just trying to figure it out day by day.
What's the specialty to making all these boys?
Man, I was
Right.
just about to say, this man has not
Hey,
given
man,
me a
you
girl.
know,
Is it any
All
type of oil you
boys.
taking? What
You know, it's in the family, man. Listen,
All
nah.
boys, my God.
We definitely are a family of boys, man. Like,
Sure.
I'm the oldest of about 7 grandsons, and all the great grands are boys except for 1.
Wow.
Dang.
Wow.
Really?
My dad's side is mostly boys. We just boys. I'm hoping I at least get blessed with a lot of granddaughters or something, because I
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
always wanted a daughter, but
We wanted a daughter.
yeah, and Amber she's been there since day 1.
She said,
Listen,
wait.
That's what he said. Where's
Yes.
the God's
She said,
daughter?
wait.
Yes, I have been asking, like, you want me to take them? I'll take the girl. The
Man,
boys
and
would
Amber,
run me
I just
ragged.
say, listen, Amber has been through every pregnancy, every baby shower.
Every single one.
She's prayed with me. This is it. This is the girl this time. This is the girl this
please,
time.
give me my daughter.
Now it's just like
Not her daughter. Get
Right.
My daughter.
this
Right.
last one was like, so what we having? I just was like,
I already knew.
the sad face.
I already knew. I didn't even have my
Wow.
hopes up. It was like,
The sad
Wow.
face.
I mean, I love him. I haven't met him. I love him, but
It was like I gave up hope. After that first
sure.
one, we know this one is definitely a boy.
Dang.
yeah,
All
that-
boys.
That was rough.
Oh, boy.
But that's cool, because I've done some jobs. I worked with teenage girls, and it's definitely
Different. It's different.
God. Let's just say God knew what He was doing when He gave me boys.
It's
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
Conversations are different. Very different.
Everything's
Okay.
different.
Oh, they are.
Everything's
Conversations with you and Kyla be different.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
see how we interact. She don't even really want to hear my input.
She be
And
like,
I'm a sucker. If I had a girl, it would be, man, look, you see my pockets? Man, it'd be over.
I'm too stern.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
have
you're a little
conversation with her.
stern.
She
You're a
was,
little stern. You're a
I
little
was
stern.
I was like, can we do 60? She like,
Just like that.
Man, it's easy to tell a boy, like, nah, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
She's
figure,
like,
get
I
a
don't
job.
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, these 16-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But since we're talking about that, you just mentioned that Amber has been through everything with you. Let's
yeah.
talk about friendships, right? And navigating that. And how long have y'all been friends?
I've known
Man.
this man since I was 8, 3rd grade.
Wow.
Third
Oh
grade.
wow.
Yeah.
Powell School.
Yeah. Powell Elementary School,
And the
then
Maya.
Maya Middle School, Bartram Motivation High
Motivation.
School.
Wow.
She left me. She left me for a little while.
She
in
did
Mo-
leave us. She did
You
I
leave
know.
us.
did leave.
She did
I
leave
did
us.
leave. See?
Yeah, she did.
I did.
She did. She
I
left for a
did.
year.
I left for
For
a year.
real?
How did you
She
get
left
back?
in 10th grade.
Why
right?
did they let you back?
Why'd they let me back in? Because I'm special.
was tough,
But
right?
no, my mom is just very determined. Very determined lady.
Oh, okay.
I did leave for a year. I went to Lamberton. We moved to Overbrook Park because my parents didn't want me in the bottom, rightfully so.
Oh.
We lived down there. They moved me to, as far as they could get me out of there to save me from whatever was about to happen, because it was about to happen. Like I was at that teenage stage and I was about to be outside, and they snatched me. And so we
look at
moved to
you now.
Yeah.
Shout out mom and
Shout out to
dad.
mom and dad. That was a good choice.
Shout out
They
to
knew.
mom and
It was a good choice because I
dad.
was about to be in them streets. But I was on my way. We were plotting, like me and my friends on the block.
Like we outside.
But yeah, I took a year. I literally moved right around the corner from Lamberton High School. And I came home one day. I was like, hey, mom, so these people are threatening me because I do my homework. And she's like, what? I'm like, so if you do your homework, it's like, what's wrong with you? And she was like, okay, well, we're going to get you back in the school that you came from because you seem to like it there. The education was better over there. The teachers were better. It was a better vibe. Let me see if I can get you back in. And it was rough. She had to contact Maya's principal, Dr. Nye. She wrote me a letter to get me back. It was a lot to get me back in motivation because it really is a good school. Like it's like for what it's worth, as far as Philadelphia,
I feel lucky to be there.
right?
Yeah.
The college preparatory charter,
Yeah.
we really turned out pretty well.
Mhm.
A lot of our classes did well.
Mm-hmm.
So I did take a year. My mom was very determined to get me back in. She did. And I didn't miss a beat, but I was so quiet. Y'all missed that. It was
No, I knew you lied.
You was quiet in high school.
Me and Ramon was like, she just gonna leave us? Like,
How you go from 8 to high school and then it's like, you know,
we've been in school together since we were 8.
it's like, what's going on?
so he was a little more devastated, but we was.
Up to high school? Me and Zenobia almost went to every school together. I think except for
MBS. Mm-hmm.
she went to MBS. She didn't go to MBS.
No, my cousin went
Yeah,
to
we
MBS
didn't go.
with
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
He didn't go
yeah.
to MBS.
Shout out Smoke. Right? Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, she didn't go to MBS, but we ended up pictures like that's how. And I was like, this girl face look familiar, and as we're friends and going through pictures, I'm like, you had Miss Karen too. We went to what's before elementary school? I don't know,
Pre-K?
pre-K or whatever.
Pre-K?
I don't know. Yeah,
Kindergarten.
Evelyn Graves. We were at Evelyn
Oh.
Graves together, and so not MBS, but then we went to high school together, and then Clark Atlanta University. Yeah,
That's funny. I wanted to go to Clark. My mom was like, "No, you didn't get enough money."
Air
I
train.
was like, "Dang, I can't go."
So loud on that flight. We
Air
said
train?
over air train.
Oh yeah,
They don't even
yeah.
exist no more, do they?
Yes, we was on the engine.
Wow.
He said, "I heard it."
not on the engine.
I almost didn't even end up in Mo. I got accepted to Bartram, or I'm sorry, to Overbrook for the art program. But I'm like, you know what? I'm the only one from my class going to Brook. I don't know nobody.
Really?
So I said, Bartram Motivation, I'm going there.
Yeah.
I knew nothing
What part of
about
the city you
Mo.
from?
Well, at the time I was like West Philly 61st, Walton area.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
West Philly.
Yeah, you okay? You down there with me?
Yeah. So I was like, motivation. I'm like, oh, this person, everybody going there. I'm going up, mom. She
Yeah.
switched that up real quick for me. So,
West Philly
ooh, man.
motivation.
Did you have a choice?
Not much of a
And
choice.
in them
baby.
days, West
That
Philly
was not a
High.
choice.
She already gave me. She said you ain't going to West. Mom went to West. She said,
Yeah, half my family with the
I
West.
was already
Yeah.
going up Southwest. I said I'm going up Southwest. I don't know nobody up here. I ain't talking to nobody. I'm from West Philly. That's the time I'm going.
A lot of us were kind of like that, though. A lot
I
of
just
us were
didn't know
from
the
West.
area. I didn't
Yeah.
know. I thought it was going to
I'm a
I mean,
product
I went because my
of
sister
It was
was
great,
there,
though.
so
Yeah, y'all had a lineage.
yeah. I was like,
They did.
They had a whole line.
older sister.
my older sister. She
And
was in,
younger
She was
sister,
in 12th
Christine.
I
grade.
remember.
She was in 12th grade when we was in ninth
Who's that
grade.
bird?
Tamika.
Tamika. Okay.
Well, Birdie, if she's watching this, but Tamika.
Tamika.
Generations come through there.
Yeah.
My mom was like, "This is where you're gonna go." I was like, "Dang, I'm trying to go to Dobbins," but
Dobbins. Why you trying to do hair?
yeah, I was trying to do hair.
Wow.
So I was like, but then they lunchroom was on the 6th floor, so it was like walk up all them steps.
Isn't it funny
Or-
how this Philadelphia schools are known for certain things? So you just mentioned Dobbins. And
You
immediately I was
said
like,
hair,
hair.
but-
You said Brook, and I was like, I don't know if I could manage going to Overbrook without getting clowned. Yeah, like
Yeah, I wouldn't have
Yeah.
fit in there at 9th grade. Maybe till about 11th, 12th, I might have fit in, but
life had to be hard.
yeah, you know, and it's still that way.
Is
My
it?
girlfriend is a product of Overbrook. You know, she is definitely still like that. Yep.
I'm like,
It's
yo,
like
that was the pressure of going to Brook would have been.
Another cool thing about our school.
Wasn't that-
I'm glad we were small.
Yeah, we didn't
like,
really
the
care about that
small-
kind of stuff.
yeah.
Like, some people had their now we had the fashion girlies, we had the fashion guys, but it wasn't something that you felt the need to have to like have a good day. Like
Right.
nobody's gonna crap on you.
Exactly.
Girl that kept up with the guy, though.
Who?
It was a
You can't
couple.
mention
It was a couple.
It's like one that kept up with two.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking
Yeah.
I think I know who you.
Yeah.
I know exactly who you're
That
talking
boy
about.
older than most of us.
Ooh, I think I know. I think I know.
He said, "Ooh, I think I know."
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to her.
Definitely.
Shout out, sis. Shout
We'll
out.
have to get that after we rap. To
Yeah,
make sure
yeah,
we
I'm
all
about to
think.
say, 'cause I'm
To make
looking
sure we
like,
all
ooh.
on the same page.
I had to get a job to start getting to that level. I'm like,
I think you did too.
11th grade. 'cause
Everybody worked.
This guy right here, you know,
Mm-hmm.
him
I was
and
keeping up.
him and our friend Jules was the
Keeping up.
man.
It was
Yeah.
already laid out.
It's hard to compete with a kid who had everything.
Yeah,
You know, like,
Prince. You still trying to figure
Still
that
Prince
out.
Jules. Yeah,
Man.
Prince
Still trying to
Jules.
figure that out.
Yeah.
Thanks, yo.
upper class. Yeah, I feel like I stepped it up with the hood. My hoodie game got pretty nice, you know, in 11th, 12th grade.
After a while, after you got that job.
Yeah, I had something to show at that point. And I'm like, all right, yeah, now I can kind of sit with the
Listen,
boys.
Julian
He said
ain't
sit
nobody-
with him.
I didn't play sports my sophomore year to get a job.
Mhm.
I
Okay.
didn't know
Is
if
that
we
what
could work together.
happened?
I worked.
And
my
you
10th
hate
grade
working.
year.
Auntie Anne's, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, you started working. You hate working.
Yeah.
Well, you hate. No.
Wait, which
You
one
love
did you
to
work at? Which one?
I worked in King Bunch.
Pressure. Okay, it was the
Ooh,
King
that's a
Pressure.
ride.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was a
We took that
ride.
route all the time. We was all out there.
We was all up. We were in
Yeah.
Springfield because we worked at
I worked at
Where do we work?
Party
Chuck E.
City,
Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese and Party City.
Wow.
All
Yeah.
of us out
Mhm.
for motivation, technically. Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Chuck E. Cheese. We
You
was
know,
in there with
Chuck E.
them
Cheese,
tips.
listen,
Okay.
We was in there. Let's do
Tips.
the
Gotcha.
party.
overtime that we weren't supposed to have.
At all. At all.
What? Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
Wow.
They had to get on the side. They were like, you get us focused. You get this.
So y'all did school together, work together,
Yeah.
now
Me and
life
this one.
together.
Yeah.
You know, there was a brief lost touch. You know, I was in the military, so I was here, there. You know, 9/11 happened. You know, there was a lot of different things going on at that point. But I think I came back to Philly, like 07.
Yeah.
And it
But
was
it's funny that you mentioned 9/11. Like, you're oblivious. Like, you're going to school, especially out of state. For me, an only child, I went to Johnson C. Smith in Charlotte. Completely different world. Loved it. But immediately when 9/11 happened, even though we hadn't been talking, like we did not talk since graduation, my mind immediately went to this one because I knew he was in the Marines. And there was no way of getting in touch with him. So it was kind of a freak out moment, like, oh, like I know somebody that is probably in the mix of all that. But that just goes to show how deep, like, because children, like, and I say children because 18-year-olds are still a kid. But you really aren't, you're terrible people. You're narcissistic. Everything is just focused on you. But in that moment, besides the fact that I was away from my parents, my mind immediately went to this one because, like, my best friend is in the military, and that just scared the hell out of me. But like he said, was it 2007 you came home, and immediately we were back at it.
I mean, it must have been like the weekend, like within the week. It was like, hey, what we doing?
Yeah, back
So
home
you didn't have contact with him that whole time?
the whole time.
The whole time.
What was that, 4 years? How many years was that?
2001, 6 years.
That was
Yeah.
6.
6 years.
6 years.
No communication. No
Zero.
call,
I mean,
text, no
maybe
nothing.
maybe like was Facebook a thing?
2004,
Oh,
Facebook came out.
No, Facebook.
Facebook.
Facebook. I had to make a fake college email
Facebook.
You need a
To
get a
college
Facebook
email,
account back
yes.
then.
Black
Yep.
Planet, like it may have
Yeah,
been like
Black
little
Planet.
little things
MySpace.
like that,
Yeah.
MySpace, like something like that. We would chat every now and then, but it wasn't anything.
But
like,
that wasn't until
regular.
like 2004.
So
Yeah.
talk about
Yeah.
briefly. All right, but okay. So for you, it was rather, I guess it's concerning, scary.
Right,
I guess.
absolutely.
And for you, being in the Marines at that time, 9/11 happened. I remember exactly where I was when
Yeah,
me too.
9/11. Like
Yeah.
I can remember
I do
it
too.
vividly.
Everybody.
What was that like?
Well, for me, I was in basic training actually, and we were at the part called the Crucible, which is your final test before you graduate, which is actually, ironically, a simulated war. Before I went, I had friends that came back, like, yeah, they're gonna tell you're going to war to pipe you up and everything, but we had a moment where it was like a lot of lightning and stuff out, so we had to meet under this thing we called the Thunderdome. Safety from the elements. And the vibe just changed immediately. You seeing, the drill instructors running around. Everybody's like, what's going on? Scrambling. Next thing you know, they start asking like, anybody from New York, New Jersey, New York. You see people raising their hand and calling people up. We look like, well, what's going on? Then you start hearing like little rumors like somebody hit the United States. Hit how?
Right. Facts.
World Trade. And I don't know if this is a credit or a discredit to my public school education. I had no idea what the World Trade Center was. I knew it as the Twin Tower. So I'm like, the two building twin. Oh, okay. And unfortunately there was a gentleman, Melendez, in my platoon whose mom worked in the trade center.
Wow.
And the look on his face when he came back from that phone call said it all.
Yeah.
And we kind of just knew what it was from there. At 18, you really still don't understand that you in this branch of the military and what your duty is really about.
Yeah.
I think when you go in, everybody's got this idea of what they're trying to do, in life, but you really had this other agenda that takes precedent over that.
Yeah.
So it's like when you get them orders that was supposed to say this school and now say it's infantry training battalion, you kind of like, yeah, it's time, it's time to grow up.
Right.
Everybody's going to parties and, now it's time to really become an adult. I was kind of lucky that I wasn't in actual infantry, so I didn't have to go, I think that's kind of like really what saved me, because there was a point where I was trying to switch, and I had a staff sergeant who pulled me to the side and said, look, man,
Wow.
you got a good job here.
Yeah,
I would take that job because if you take this job, you already know where you're going.
Hot-headed. You wanted to go
Well, I mean,
to a certain extent.
the Marine Corps is a little different. I've been stationed with all services, and the Marine Corps is a different mode. They definitely make you want to go.
I got two arms, and I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's hard to break even now. In the country we live in, it's a lot of, wokeness and things going on, but sometimes that Marine Corps is still in me. It takes precedent over, it's hard to side with my people sometimes because it's like the Hulk inside of you trying to break out. I'm Bruce Banner walking around, but that Hulk is still inside, trying to go that direction. But
Wow.
fortunately, I'm still here.
Yeah, and we love
yes,
that you're
amen
still
to that.
here.
All right,
Like,
thank you
love
for your
that you're
service,
still
hon.
here.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate
Seriously.
that. But with that being said, 6 years later, I returned home and me and Amory miss a beat.
Foolishness.
Every other day, every weekend.
Good in the 20s.
we had fun, man.
Good in
Look,
the
we
20s.
was good. We was getting it in.
It's a time.
I wouldn't change a thing, man. Like,
Yeah.
she been my best friend. She
Long
tell me
time.
when my shit stank.
You too?
Oh yeah. this if I want some real advice,
She'll find
she tell me. Yeah, she'll tell me.
She'll let you know.
So
Nicely.
I appreciate her for that.
Kindly.
Very good.
What is that
Definitely.
like? And I'm sure I mean, we all have male and female friends. What is that like? How do you navigate that relationship when you have intimate women relationships. Like, so you guys have been friends, ride or die for a long time.
Yeah.
But you're the opposite sex, right?
Yeah.
And then you get married or
you have to have like ridiculous transparency. And I mean, like, if I'm on the phone with him and I need to put this phone on speaker so you can see it, we ain't talking about nothing. Like, it's not hush hush. If you want to come out with this, you can. Like, you might not know what we got going on or what we're talking about. We'll bring it into the conversation. I have no problem with that. Also, it's funny because my mom has known him like literally my whole life as well.
And dad.
So, and dad. Dad never hated you. So that just goes to show right there. Like, my dad never really had bad vibes about this one, and my dad hates every man. So, but it's literally like, one, if you know me, my mom, I'm the only child, so me and my mom are best friends. So if you look at how my mom carries this relationship, and she's like, this is one of my sons, and she says it, she does, she knows about his kids, she knows about his life. Understanding that my mom is integrated and he's kind of more like family, I think puts a lot of people at ease. But you just have to have full transparency. There's nothing that, I'm trying to hide when it comes to our relationship at all. Like, literally nothing.
For sure.
At all. Like, you have to invite your partners out. You kind of have to double, that type of thing. I mean, what about you? I mean, it's been different. You've had, like, men are a little bit easier.
Nah.
But women are definitely a little bit more uptight, I feel like, about male-female relationships.
For sure. I mean, understandably so. I've always understood both sides of it. Like, when I was married, it didn't, by the time I came back to Philly, that marriage was kind of like on the rocks. So
but I met her too.
You did.
But
that didn't really matter as much at that point because it was at the tail end.
Yeah.
I have 3 children with a young lady who, in the beginning, it was like an eyebrow. But for me, it was just like, this is my dog. Like, she was around way before you, and she gonna probably be around way after you.
I mean, we've had, like, and me and that young lady, we've had multiple conversations with him not around. Like, he would be in the house putting one of the kids to sleep or whatever, and we would just kick it outside and just, girl, anything you want to ask me? Like, what's going on? Like, I'm asking about you. I want to know you. I'm interested in you as a person. You know what I mean? It's not just I want to have a relationship with him. Obviously, we're good. But I need to know you as well. So whatever is going to make this smooth, whatever's going to make you comfortable. And I think just me coming in that way.
And then there's a level of respect too, even in a situation like that, is like, you're not on the phone with them all day, every day. You're not going out more than you're going out with your girl.
We haven't seen each other probably outside of this.
I haven't seen you since I've been back. I maybe once, but I don't even think then. If my memory serves, since I've been back, it's been a lot of movement since I've been back. I really haven't stopped moving, so it's not even like we just haven't. It's just she busy, I'm busy.
Life.
Jen,
and I think I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But when it comes to male-female relationships too, I think you really just have to. I think people have to understand it's a lot easier when there's never been any attraction. Not Amber's a gorgeous woman,
Thank you.
But like I said,
all that work
in 3rd grade, you're not thinking like, man, this girl is beautiful. It's like, who, Amber?
Right.
Yeah, she cool.
Right. Family.
It's just like she really.
He carried me like a sister for a long time.
She's really, really like my sister. I've never thought of her that way. When we went out together, we was intoxicated. We would be partying, club there, club bounce
Still
here.
Big brother energy, big sister
energy. I've seen people try to take advantage. I step in, nah, homie. This ain't that kind of party.
Oh man.
Mom was like, where you going? Oh, you going out, Ramon? Okay. Mom, if she was going out with me, Mom knows she was coming home. She was coming home safe.
Well, she asked me tonight. She was like, you going by yourself? I said, Ramon's going to be there still.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
But just, I think that goes a long way, it's like, especially when dealing with a relationship. It's like, this is my friend. She's a female, but, to her credit, to my credit, like, it's never been nothing. This is my dog. Like, and then that's just what it is. Like, I would hope everybody could be mature enough to understand and, just be adults about it.
Right.
Jen, do you?
I mean, I just think as long as you have that trust, like no matter who it is, whether it's my friend, a coworker, like you just have to trust me to know, like it's me and you, and these are my friends.
Mhm.
So we could all bring it in together, but you have to trust to know that this is who I'm going to be with. This is who I was around. Like that's all you have to do. If you can't trust me in that aspect with a person that I've known for such a long time, then you're not going to trust me at all. It's not going to work.
Absolutely. I agree. I agree.
What
What
you
you? Yeah, 'cause he
saying
got the face.
about?
What you? Yeah.
I mean, well, no, talk about you guys. You guys have been friends for a really long time. How did you guys navigate it?
Cool, because we've been, it's
Yeah.
like, it's same based on
Yeah.
y'all. It's like we just been cool. But we only met in freshman year anyway. So.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
Anyway.
it's like,
I know, right? He just
Anyway,
gonna devalue that.
I mean, but that's a long time. It's
That's
still,
more than 23
that's
years.
a long
That's
time.
a long.
That's 26,
Yeah.
26 years. Yeah.
Well, yes, all of us, right?
Yeah.
Not all of us, but I believe if it's not established too long in history, like the friendship, then it's that vibe when y'all initially meet that friend as well too.
Elaborate a little bit more.
So if I'm the significant other of you and you have this friend, y'all been around each other. Now it depends on that chemistry that y'all have. Like it could be regular and then it could be just too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. I can't deal with it. It's not gonna work.
You think so?
I think women know. Women's intuition, in my experience, that's a real thing.
Okay.
Men know.
Men know.
Yeah, I think people can look at
Men know.
But what's
two individuals
too much?
and
What's too much? What does
too much
look
touching,
like?
like touching.
It
Like-
doesn't have to be touching. Honestly, it could be. It's just the aura. It's the energy. It's the presence. It's something.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
can
know.
feel it. You can feel it.
It be
You
all
can
over.
feel.
It's the
Yeah.
movements. It's the communication. Some people overstep their boundary. It can be overprotective. Like at one point, he could overprotect you from somebody that you actually like. You know what I'm saying? And if he oversteps that boundary, I could notice that. He might not, but I could. Then I might not like that. It might be a turn off.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like when my current relationship, my partner now met him. My partner is Sagittarius.
Oh,
Yeah.
And he is very intuitive. He doesn't talk a whole lot. Very quiet dude.
I ain't never met a quiet Sagittarius.
I mean, he's quiet in an atmosphere like this. He's taken in the room.
Okay.
He's that guy.
We like those.
And I didn't know which way. It was like I didn't know how he was going to feel about it. You can't read his face really. I know he gave Ramon nothing. He gave him nothing. He's reading. And the fact that after that meetup, I said, hey, my best friend's back in town from Denver. We want to go have a drink. And he was like, he looked, but he was like, all right, go ahead. I was like, he's good. Because if it weren't good, I wasn't going nowhere. Like, and,
He would have voiced it.
oh no, it'd have been sidelined. It'd have been, I'm not cool with that. I'm not here for it. I don't. But I knew from that first meeting that the energy was off, but I also know how we are. So we're just literally platonic. Like it's nothing there. So it wasn't for anything for him to pick up on, even though he was looking.
No,
He was looking.
searching.
He was
But he didn't-
searching. But there was nothing for him to pick up on. So it was all
It's
great.
never been extra though. Even
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
X. Okay. All right. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, that's always a topic because a lot of times people don't always believe that
You
you
can be
know you can
platonic.
just get right, just be strictly platonic. They always think it might.
I think you got to give a certain amount of grace for people who've been around too. You know what I mean? It's like when you come into a relationship, yeah, of course you have to respect it, but I think the person coming into this relationship has to respect as well that like people have been around before you.
Yeah.
You know, to ask someone to cut off a friendship that really isn't an overstepping type of friendship at that.
Right.
You
Span
know,
a lifetime.
if I'm calling at 2 a.m, then that's all right. That's a little what's
Without it
up,
being
what's
an
up with your
emergency.
friend? But it's never any of that.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I said, you can open the phone anytime. My girlfriend open the phone anytime. You see, ain't nothing going on. You know,
We're
so
talking about the babies.
you know. And I'm just like she's met mine. I've met hers. You know,
Yeah.
I think it's important that happens. You know, if you're in a relationship
Early.
with somebody, yeah, real early.
Early.
Like that name needs to
You
be
want to usher
mentioned.
somebody in.
Yeah,
usher them
sure.
in early.
Very
Yeah, you gotta
early.
let them know. Like, listen, I
us
have
all
a
build
friend.
together
Early.
in a way, you
I
know,
have a
'cause you
friend,
can't come
long
back
time.
later.
And be like my
You
friend.
can't be skipping 3 years, 4 years.
Right.
You know what I'm
Like, where this friend
Because
been
then
at
it
all
seems
this
like a new
time?
friend. No new friends.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, we not doing that.
Yeah.
saying? You need to
No
bring
new
man
friends.
on.
No work
No
husbands,
friends.
no work
Oh, yeah, I
husbands
got
and all of that.
memory.
I gotta let you know. That's
Nah,
my friend,
we
like
ain't.
my brother. Just
Right.
want to let you know.
Right.
Right, right.
Right, exactly.
That I don't even like to use that brother word. Man,
Yeah,
that's a trigger.
people
That's like a red flag. That is a trigger. I don't like to use that
Right.
brother word.
That's a new millennium word. They done drug that into the mud now.
Oh wow.
But yeah, I'm fortunate. I'm glad, to have. I got a good group of friends that
Yeah.
I get a lot of transparency from. So I've been in some arguments where I've had to apologize after talking to this one. You know what I mean? I'm like, shh, all right, man. So I'm like,
Yeah.
she probably wonder how. He came to a sense of, think this one
Yeah,
right
but
here.
again, that's yeah.
That's honestly,
Run them back.
that's
yeah.
a major key. Like, if you have a female friend or a male friend that can give you, because sometimes I just don't understand how y'all think. Y'all are weird. Y'all are from another
I
planet.
agree.
I don't get it.
I agree.
I don't get it. I
You
don't
agree?
get it. I don't get it.
Mm.
I wasn't born to get it.
Oh, we weird.
Y'all weird.
Right.
So sometimes running
outnumbered,
things
yeah.
past a friend, like, okay, am I wrong about this? Or how do you see, and just hearing it from a male perspective that can say, hey, well, this is how I would have handled it, or this is how I feel as a man. And it's like, damn, I never even thought about it that way. Because
That
our
is so
brains just
true.
simply can't. So understanding that there is another avenue, that there's another frame of thought, that there's another, side of life on the male side. Because a lot of times we just kind of, I don't get it. Y'all are weird, and it's that. You know what I mean? But growth happens the older you get, and you can see other people's opinions better. And having someone to tap into when it's, am I being crazy right
And
now,
just-
helps a lot.
And just hearing another voice, right? 'Cause
Absolutely.
sometimes it's just like, sometimes your mom might say this,
Yeah.
and then Miss So-and-so down the street might say the same thing, but
And
you
it-
heard it differently because
Right.
it's not the same voice. You know what I
Right.
mean? So sometimes
Yep.
you do need that other side, that male energy or man friend.
Or how
whatever
can
it
I
is, and
say
vice
this?
versa.
Because the man brain is going to say it this way. How can I have her receive it better?
Absolutely.
Because that helps a lot.
I've saved you many a night.
For sure.
Shout out to her.
For sure.
Yep.
Oh God. Okay. So
Yeah.
talk to us about. I mean, before we move on to another subject, let's stay on this friendship thing for a little while, right? Just surviving friendships. Jen, I think I'm going to start with you, but just, I mean, we're 40 now, right? You know these two. How long? Longer than the 23?
Who?
You know them 23 or
Just
longer? Just the
23. No, Amber from both of them ninth grade.
Okay.
Because, yeah.
Just surviving friendships that long, right? Like, when our parents were of age and they would say, oh, this is my girlfriend for 23 years. You'd be like, how? How are you even friends that long? What does it take to sustain a friendship for any amount of time?
Honestly, really honesty, truth, like not judging, like coming from a place of, in general, like love, like this, like me and Amber, we talk, we don't talk, like we haven't talked in a while, but then we come right back to where we was, like,
Go
hey
get drinks.
girl, yeah, like, so I just think just building it, just having that bond, like, and it's just sustained, like it's not no cattiness, like no arguments or nothing like that. Or if it was like, hey, I mean, or it's over, we come back, but we never had that. So I just think it's just building a strong bond with that actual person. Like me and Ramon, like we sat behind each other in every class because of our last names. So that's how we was able to build that bond too. And then them being already friends, we would like sit like in lunch, like not in the lunchroom, like outside. Who room was it?
We would go in,
we would sit on the radiator outside the first room.
Don and them
Is that Doyle's room?
No, the other.
No, the other
end.
end.
Across from Warshaw.
Oh, who was that?
Yes, Miss Warshaw room.
How you know
yeah.
that spot? I felt like that was Don and
That
TJ
was in the
spot.
front of the school?
That was like
By
in
the stairwell,
back.
right?
By the stairwell.
No, it was a
No,
science
that was in
room.
the back.
Science.
Close
It was
to
a
the
science
back.
room.
Oh, that's yeah, Mr. Weiss.
It was
Mr.
Mr.
Mr. Weiss.
It was
Yeah.
Mr. Weiss.
Right
Yeah,
outside
no,
Mr.
Mr.
Weiss
Weiss
class.
room.
That was the
Yeah.
spot.
It was Mr. Weiss room.
It was always
Yeah.
on the radiator.
Yeah, Mr. Weiss
Yeah,
room.
Mr. Weiss room, yeah.
So
Mhm.
yeah, right there.
Yeah, over on that side.
Yeah, right in the hallway. Yeah. So like, I just think
Definitely
it's
TJ, they
that
claiming your
connection.
spot.
Diamond chips, all right?
I don't know. They claiming your
TJ
spot,
was
bro.
definitely in the. He was always there.
Yeah.
He was always there. TJ was definitely in the mix. Shout out to
Yeah.
TJ.
Quiet, but he was there. He was
For
there.
sure.
Didn't say a
Definitely quiet.
word. He's not
Definitely
quiet
quiet.
anymore, but he
You
was
not
quiet
no
then.
more? So we ain't gonna have no problems with him when he get on. When he on
I don't know how much you're gonna say, but he's definitely not quiet.
But I just think quiet until you know him, and then he
That part.
engages. But yeah, so it I just think just building that bond, and just that's how really relationships, friendships
We
sustain.
had a lot of quiet people.
I mean, I feel like I was quiet, but it just
Before we
depends
came
on.
together,
Yeah, I was one of them.
then we kind of bounced
You
off
was
each
one
other.
of who?
The quiet ones?
Yeah, I wasn't
You-
quiet.
Nah.
Now,
Oh.
I wasn't
no,
quiet.
No,
You was part of the
I
squad.
don't know if I
You
was
No.
loud, but I wasn't
no.
quiet.
I feel like we were quiet, and
We were
Like-
just chill. Like,
like-
there was definitely a section of kids in that
but,
school.
but they did talk, but
Here we go. Go ahead.
No,
Go
I
ahead.
mean it was just
Tears.
like so.
Here we go with the
tears.
I don't even want to call it a tier per se because
Section.
What kind of section
I
was
feel like
it?
you have to kind of care to be classed.
Okay.
We didn't care.
No,
Like we could float. If I was in a class and you said something funny or I said something funny, I'm talking to
We
you. I'm
laughing.
talking to you. I'm talking.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't one of those things where I could talk to anybody in that school and it didn't matter. Like I didn't care about who was popular. I didn't care about who wasn't popular. If you're good, you're good. And I think that we were just kind of like in that mix. Like you have to care to be classed.
Mhm.
That's how I feel about it.
I mean, I look at it.
Sections.
I mean, everybody had their friends, right?
yeah, I think everybody just had a friend group, but
That's high
you were
school.
still able to talk to everybody. You didn't just stay with that particular friend group.
That's high school. Like
Mhm.
everybody has people who they're closer to.
Yeah.
On any given day, I might talk to someone else more than I'm talking to. You know, it didn't matter. Like it was just kind of a floating for me anyway. I mean, I
I know I definitely had my. I feel like I was, and this just was me throughout life. I always just felt like I fit in everywhere.
Mhm.
You know, being in one thing I could say, at least for our class, I never felt like because I had a little bit less or didn't dress a certain way, that nobody ever at least made me feel like I wasn't part of, you know, what would be considered cool. You know, I feel like everybody, like Amber and Jen said, everybody had their few people that they kicked it with the most.
You were also like 6'2",
Right,
like
right.
hard to
almost
miss.
200 pounds. I don't think anybody was.
But
really
I mean,
gonna
don't let that fool you. I had
bother you.
I
Nobody
had my
was really
problems
gonna-
coming into school, you know,
I
ninth
was
grade.
say, like nobody's really gonna give you too much of a hard time.
Ninth grade, you know, there was some seniors that gave me a hard time.
Pushes around a little bit, and
Listen.
we was ninth grade, they try to, like,
Ninth grade, I ain't gonna hold you. We could talk about it. I got pushed around in ninth grade a little bit.
No,
I think
didn't
because I had
remember
a
What grade was
sister
that? What grade
there.
was that when? Yeah, it had to be our ninth grade year when
Ninth grade.
when we exploded. Yeah, that was
Ninth grade,
I don't
listen.
want to bring up no names, but somebody's brother was supposed to get everybody, and then they had an altercation in
Oh
the
yeah.
hallway and
See,
all that.
ninth grade.
And I was the only one that had to walk home by myself, so I was supposed to be getting threatened the most. But I wasn't scared. I'm from West Philly, so I didn't really give a
Well, what
fuck.
was it? Because our class came in with a certain
It was
energy.
going down. It
Yeah,
wasn't
but
nothing I
what's
could do.
gonna
I had to
happen,
walk
gonna
to the
happen.
trolley. It was nothing I
Right.
could do. So if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. So
Right.
there's nothing I could
Yeah.
do.
You know, we had to make our
Did
way
it go
to that
down?
36.
No, I think our class
but
then
everybody
had a
else was
certain
out.
energy.
Everybody was. I had to walk to the trolley. I got to go to West Philly.
Yeah,
I'm
you
going
got
to
to,
West
right.
Philly,
For
so
sure,
it is
yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it was either the G, it was either 36 and a 108.
Man,
You
I
know-
don't
It
think
was
the
them
charter showed up
specials.
that day. How
It was
about
them
that?
specials.
I didn't even
Them
learn about the
400s,
charter
They
until
ain't
later.
come.
400s, the
You got to catch
401.
that 36 and
Yep.
that G.
Really.
So you got to take that walk down to the
Yeah.
plaza in the heat of the night.
You know, and I had
The heat was
I had
on.
an incident at the plaza once, you know, in ninth grade. You know,
Let me hear about that.
man, I still couldn't tell you. Some individuals from the neighboring Bartram thought I was associated with another individual that I had no association with whatsoever, and
Lover boy.
you know, nah, it ain't had nothing to do with none of that. It ain't had nothing to do with none of that. I was completely like, huh? You know, but let's just say it was a different time now, and
Right,
it wouldn't have went down that way.
Right.
But you know, I was young. You know, I think my size a lot of times people thought I was something that I wasn't. You know,
Yeah.
I never portrayed to be no tough guy.
Yeah.
You know, I was sheltered. You know, I grew up I was in the house a lot, you know, video games. I really didn't start going outside until 10th grade. You know, I credit, honestly, Mr. Natali, if he was here, I would love it. I credit him for it because in the 9th grade, he's like, Ramon, why aren't you playing football? I'm like, I don't know. I thought it was too late. So-and-so said it was too late. Don't listen to him. You know, he called me in the summertime, you know, come out, play football. And I didn't even finish playing in 10th grade because, you know, my parents, they weren't on me. They let me quit stuff. I just was lazy. You know, but 11th grade, you know, I played. You know, 12th grade, I had already joined the Marine Corps delayed entry program. I was like, I ain't getting hurt, man. Look, I need to go. So I stuck with that mode. But I definitely feel like I fit in everywhere as far as tiers and groups. Some people may have felt isolated. You know, that's everybody got their own individual walk. You know, I feel like you hung with who you felt comfortable with. You know, if that particular group didn't feel comfortable with this group, you probably didn't hang with that group too much. You know, I can't recall too much mean girls or mean guys stuff going on. That's just my personal memory.
No, I'm laughing because no, they're like, okay, as a quiet person sitting back watching, I'm an only child, very imaginative. I watch a lot of movies. So high school is literally the same across the board. There's people who are super popular. There are people who are not popular. There are people who are quote unquote nerds. There's always subcultures in high school.
I love all of them.
It is what it is. Like but that's why they make movies out of this stuff because it's an actual thing. White schools, Asian schools, black schools, it's gonna be the same thing across the board. But I'm just laughing because I just remember going into high school being like, okay. I'm very sarcastic. I don't know if y'all remember that kind of cartoon Daria.
Yeah.
Like that used to be on. That was me.
That was definitely you.
That was me. I remember like I was ready. I was always ready because even though I was quiet, my mouth has always been vicious. Got me in trouble a lot. But my mouth has always been vicious. So even if someone decided to fix their lips to come from me, it was always a like,
Oh yeah.
now back up off me now. Now, you.
Hold on.
I remember.
Here we go.
I don't know why we ended up being in the stairwell in 9th grade at some point, and you looked at me and you said, Amber, I don't think you like boys. And because again, I was quiet, I was reserved. I said, no, you said it to me, and I was in the hallway. I said, no, Corrie, I just don't like you. And that was it. We never had words
Ever
again. We never had.
time?
Got them off me. But it was always that. Every time
You know
somebody
why, Amber,
came for
you're talking
me.
with the boys. I think it's because you had that father role at home, and I think you took a lot. You was a daddy's
tomboy.
girl. You was a daddy's girl.
I'm a guy's girl. I've
Definitely
always been a
was-
guy's
you definitely
girl.
was the jeans and sweatshirt
that's
girl.
what it
Definitely
is.
a jeans and sweatshirt girl.
See,
For
that's what
sure.
it was.
Jeans
Yeah.
and
That's what it was.
No. And I didn't take offense to it. I knew exactly what
You would like go at us. You would go head up. Like I said, you would stop and give us the look and then had that remark like it was nothing. Like
Yep.
and keep it moving.
and keep it moving.
Absolutely.
Might hurt your feelings a little bit, but that's okay. Like it's all right. We gonna keep it moving. It's not that big of a
Sharp tool in
deal.
the shed.
Quick, boom. So I mean, like again, that's what I mean. Like it's how you take it.
Everybody got
If you're a
stories for me,
sensitive
bro.
person,
Wow,
high
guy.
school is not
I
gonna be
got a
kind.
story about you too. Yeah.
Everybody got a story about this
Give us
one.
that story. The people
So-
want to know.
I feel like 9th and 10th grade was just kind of up in the air. Like 11th and 12th, I kind of feel like is when everybody kind of started to like come
to their
together.
Yeah.
You know, with the groups, if there were any kind of diminished slightly, you know. But I remember I always was like an oblivious person. Like I didn't know about certain trends, you know, certain things you shouldn't wear or do, you know. And I remember I wore some, and I thought I was cool that day. Like I'm matching and like, and I remember Corey come up to me with this pencil, like, yo, can you hold my pencil for me?
Wow.
And I'm like, huh? And he just got this like smirk on his face. You can hold my pencil. He's like, and I'm holding. He's like, what? Put it in your pocket. I had a sweatsuit on. He's like,
Damn.
and I'm just like,
No pocket.
and I didn't realize like, man, you know, you ain't really supposed to wear a sweatsuit with no pockets. And everybody like, oh, you got on huh? I'm like,
Just give me
I never wore them Jones again. I never wore them again. I wore the shirt.
credit that I was trying to be a stylist. I was helping you out, and I was into fashion. You know, let's give me my credit.
But you know, you got to learn it somehow. You know what I mean?
And,
like,
I
look,
told you personally, right? I didn't tell. All right,
it wasn't like, but it was.
All right, man.
I just
Damn.
remember. I still
I was trying
just
to make
remember
that-
that smirk on his face.
I gotta
though,
stop, man. You know,
That's
I'm sorry, brother.
That's
always been who you were.
But I stepped my game up. I stepped my game up after
malice
that.
behind it. So that's
was a little bit of
And that's the love, right? It wasn't
mean,
no
not-
malice. He
not-
really
not
could
that
play
much.
you, but
In high school, it was a little bit of
Came on a slight angle.
Yeah, a little
Just a little bit, but
A little
not
bit.
I had to
not
put it in perspective, though.
not
little
like
bit.
I'm going in to
Can
hurt
you
your
hold the
feelings.
pencil?
But
No,
just
I mean because he probably could have made it a bigger deal than what it was.
Yeah, you could have yelled it from across the room. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
What I think is that inherently none of us were really those kids. Those kids were at the other Bartrams.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
if we're really being honest about what motivation was, it was the nerd school.
Mhm.
It was the nerd school.
Yeah.
Whether you got in or not, it is what it is. Like
I
I
still say thank you.
oh, you go to the smart bar?
absolutely right.
Right,
that's
right.
that's exactly how they
I-
treat it. Oh, you go up to that
Absolutely.
one.
I was
the
in
smart
the
one.
gifted like it was called the Ace Community in Sarah Middle School, and I don't even know how I got down there.
Ace
It's like more
Community.
potential of what they saw in me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
They're
that's
like
how
he
you
can
ended
do
up in
this.
Moat.
But
Yeah.
he,
Just needs to
A
apply
clown.
himself more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you ended up.
We
there.
weren't those kids. We just weren't. Like, and if you look at what our classes produce, like if you talk to people and how successful they are and what they're doing for their communities and things like even not just our class, because I talked to some of the lower classmen and they're doing well too. So
Mhm.
it is what it is. Like we are
politicians. We got some-
listen,
Yes, we do.
those kids that came out of the nerd school, the nerds are doing okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
It's that history, doing Black history, right? We said we were going to talk about that,
Absolutely.
and I mean, essentially, that's what we're doing right here, right? I mean, as you said, I mean, I think a couple people have said it. To do it in this realm, most people probably have not seen. To even do a reunion in this realm, and as you pointed out just now, out of our class came so many. Like we have many entrepreneurs, we have lawyers, we have doctors, we have politicians. I mean, like
Principal.
principals,
Yeah.
lots of principals, lots of
Right.
people in education.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the class is doing.
We're doing okay.
Well. We doing
Doing okay.
doing all right.
I've always expressed I was
Doctorate
proud of my
degrees.
class, man.
Yeah, a lot of doctors. Yeah.
Everybody I seen it's it warms the heart to see everybody like doing things. I remember my dad telling me when I was growing up, man, when you grow up, you're gonna have friends that die, you're gonna have friends that go to jail, you're gonna have friends that's on drugs. And I'm not in touch with everybody, of course, but social media makes it possible to see more than you would see if it wasn't if it didn't exist.
Mhm.
And I just know over the years I've been happy to see everybody just doing stuff. It makes me proud to be part of the class. So kudos to everybody.
I'm hoping that's what they get from this, because a lot of times, when you're on social media, you're just seeing whatever is posted, whatever is highlighted, right? Whatever is glorified. And a lot of times they didn't get there without some form of struggle, if you will, some form of adversity, maybe, or just even, that trying, like you just mentioned, Jen, like that, getting to the point that you at now. Like it took work.
Yeah.
It took work. Just like this is taking work. Like it's not. It's fun. Yeah, we having fun right now. We're
Right.
kicking it. It's fun, but it still takes work. So shout out to the class for all the work that you
For
have
sure.
put in
Yeah.
over the years
Yeah.
to
Proud
get
of all
to
of
the
you
point
guys.
that you are at now.
I think our class came in this way. Like we
did.
came in this way. Like ever since we started school, I think we've elevated and done something every year at school. Like we changed so many things. Like exactly.
So mad at y'all for
Going
that.
out on that one.
Olympics.
I was so mad at y'all for that.
You going out on that one.
But
That was
but
epic, man. We changed that school they probably changed the whole.
they probably changed how they did it.
Yeah, they
Like,
probably
let
changed
me tell
uniforms. They tried to make us wear uniforms. We're like,
Right,
not
right
wearing
there.
that.
Yo,
Yeah, we did wear
designed
uniforms.
Remember they had the
yep, right
raid
here.
or the bust on us. Remember they brought like all the cops and they were taking all their cell phones. They were
Oh,
showing,
yeah.
like, we had to come out to the hallway and like go through
Did
the metal detectors or something like that.
Yeah, they started metal detectors.
I remember the metal
Monday had our-
detectors.
Everybody else put their phone up. We had counselors what would you call it? The secretaries was holding our phones. I had to
Yeah.
bring Pepsis the next day to everybody because they was holding all my stuff
Man.
in their drawers. Jennifer Mundy had her cell phone. She's like the last one. I don't know what happened. She came in late. She had her cell phone still on her. We had to open up the window and put it on the windowsill outside the
I
window
think I
and shut
remember
it.
this.
Wow.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, I don't know why they ran down on us and like raided the whole school.
Yeah,
like that.
it was some kind of
Wow.
like threat. Somebody
Like,
they said
shake
they
this down.
somebody
We had
did
to get out of
somebody
like,
did
bring us right out the
something.
class.
Oh wow. Where was I? Wow, I remember.
And that's when they brought the metal detectors.
Maybe
We
it
had
was
to
worse for
come
us
in
'cause
through
we
the
probably was
basement.
holding stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like,
But the Olympics. I mean, we yeah. Let's dive
tried
into
to get
that
us
real
with
quick
that one,
before we
man.
wrap this up.
That was our most defiant moment, I think.
I feel like that too. Now, here's the funny thing. There's quite a few, and I'm learning this as we're doing this. There's quite a few people that don't remember the Olympics the way that we remember the Olympics.
Really?
Surprisingly, I mean, I thought it was our staple moment too. But there's a lot of people who weren't involved, didn't know, or didn't.
Oh,
yeah.
it
Well,
no,
it was
happened.
kinda
I wasn't a
controlled
part
a little
though,
bit.
because I was too scared. I was like, I'm not being no rebels with y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and take my team that they gave me. But let me get one of them shirts over there. But I was like, I ain't being no rebel.
some of us did
Scared.
stand tall on that though.
Uh,
We was-
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
for
we stood
sure.
tall.
I'm like,
Most of us, I
I'm
think.
like, I'm with y'all, but I'm not
But
gonna
from
get in
over
trouble
here?
from over there.
So tell us what you remember about the Olympics.
I mean, they split up them teams. Y'all was like, we trying to be with our friends. That's what it
Yeah,
was.
basically.
Y'all-
That what it was about?
That's
I
what it
never
was.
knew what it was
That's
about.
what it was.
We had the list was made already, and then all of a sudden somebody somewhere decided, no, this is
Because they wasn't on the
no."
team with the people that was going to win. That's what it
They
was.
started noticing like, oh, and then
They put out a new
it was
list.
whispers that was a winning team and it was going to be a losing team.
Right. Yeah.
The fix was in. It was
Right.
it was word that the fix was in, and anybody that wasn't on that fixed side was like, nah, I don't want to be over here.
Yeah, I was like,
move
yeah.
me, and they're like,
They was
no,
like, they
we're
cheating.
not moving you. So
somebody decided.
somebody snitched. Somebody dropped it
decided
down.
to mix that list up,
That was funny.
And then they was like, well,
and
we're
we
going
was
to
like,
shake
nah,
this
this
up.
ain't. Well, this is how it's gonna be. Yeah, all right, fuck the Olympics.
Yeah,
Right.
we
And
really
that's where we
said
ended up.
we
FDO.
really-
FDO.
And
And
I,
shirts.
I
They
literally remember just being annoyed because I'm like, they're gonna drag our asses back to class because we are doing this.
They couldn't get it
I
together.
don't feel like
Well,
going
they
back to
couldn't
class
because they had no real proof, right? So the whole thing, I mean, and I don't know which one of us came up with that. Well, I guess that's how we had to say it because we couldn't say
FDO,
fuck
yeah.
the Olympics, right?
Mhm.
But they had no proof. They couldn't do anything because they could not really prove if FDO stood for fuck the Olympics, for the Olympics,
Yeah.
We knew.
fun at the Olympics.
They knew.
It was more
But
like
they
a
had no
rumor to
proof.
them.
It was a rumor to
Right.
them.
Yeah.
Right.
So they
Thing,
had no.
It was no internet too much.
Oh,
We had instant
yes.
message.
We
but
would've
it
told
wasn't
ourselves.
like
Me.
text- Like we had like
No,
message boards,
Hold
yeah,
on.
or something like
Yes.
that.
No,
We would have
no.
been on Instagram, talk about it, Twitter, or something, talk about that.
We would've been made.
I'm so glad we
We
hit
just had our
before
little
the
simple-
internet. We were in high school before
We
the
had, we had
internet. Man.
our AOL dial-up
Yeah,
and our
yeah.
little instant messages.
Man.
Bing, bing,
What's
you know
your
what I'm saying?
what's your
What's
aim
your-
name?
Yeah,
What's your
there you go.
aim?
See?
What's your
There you
aim?
name?
Good thing we didn't have all
Here's
that.
what
We
I
got caught
did
up.
learn though throughout talking to some of the professors, professors, and
That's-
the college,
that-
the
that's what-
teachers,
that's
right?
what they
I guess
were,
they are
honestly.
professors, right? Is that Miss Murrow in particular? Let me tell y'all how Miss Murrow, shout out to you. Can't wait to have you back. Her mind is so sharp. I want y'all to know that after we did that, there was no more Olympics.
Absolutely.
Really?
We knew
Y'all
we
killed the
It literally was
No,
like
we-
fuck
we
the
know we
Olympics
killed
and that
that.
was it.
We
We
killed
killed
that.
it. No more Olympics after
It
that.
was
No
kinda, it was
more
kind of the
Olympics.
last year anyway. It was kind of the last year. It was,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah, we kinda
killed the
killed it.
Olympics.
Yeah, we
We
did
killed
that.
the Olympics.
They
Yeah.
I told you our class was like on it, like
It's different.
we
Rebel
was
with the-
different.
rebels
we
with the
came
cause,
in.
man.
I told
Rebels with a
Remember the
cause.
snow
That's-
days? We used to throw people in the snow outside.
Oh man,
Man, we got some-
tackle people.
Yeah, we're like, we're
Oh,
not going outside. We're not going outside. We're not going outside with
It's
them.
that history. It's that making the history. You know what I mean? And right now, that's what we're doing as we speak. Still making history. So before we end the show, everyone, please tell your class how you feel about being on set, and what you one something that you could tell your class to make sure that they become a part of this on a larger scale. Because we're getting through the whole class. I said.
If you forgot something, you want to add it.
This is
Anything.
speak now or forever hold your peace.
Absolutely.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
And Amber, I'm sorry
Man.
about that hallway situation. I want to apologize. I've just noticed, over the years who I've become. It makes everything fun, but I was a mess. I'm still a mess though.
I was
Well,
ready for
are
it.
you?
It's
Still
no
a mess.
worries.
Still a
We
mess.
went hit for hit on that
While
one.
we
And
on here, can we congratulate my best friend
love
real
it.
quick? Can we congratulate my best friend real quick on opening up his barbershop?
Oh,
congratulations.
congratulations! All right.
Yeah, congratulations,
Nice.
man.
Right.
Yet another entrepreneur out of the
Yes, another entrepreneur.
That's what's up, man.
Lovely.
Yes,
That's what's up.
finally. The work, right?
Awesome.
It took some time, but you're
Absolutely.
here.
Yeah.
It's done.
Nice.
All
Business owner.
Where we located?
Real
Got my
bills.
letter for my hours and everything.
Dang.
Nice.
Where's that?
Congratulations.
What part
No,
of
it's
it?
on 52nd Street between Arch and Grace.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, dude,
Okay.
all right. That's
Yes.
close by.
So y'all know
Congrats,
where to-
congrats.
Y'all know
I'll
where to
invite
go.
everybody to the grand opening if you want to slide. Y'all can.
Absolutely.
Hosted by Henry Cade.
Of course.
Ah.
Absolutely.
Of course. Why not?
Keep it in the family.
Yes, that's right. Keep it in the family
what's
all
up.
the time.
And that's what it's about, man. Like, I've always been the type of person that appreciate relationships. Like whether personal or work. Anybody I've become close to, I like to keep in contact. So, and I don't know. I've always had this interest in what people are doing. I don't know why. I like documentaries. I like hearing about, like stuff like when Jordan came with The Last Stand. I like hearing the interesting stories that you never heard before. So this was like the perfect thing. It's like you wonder what happened to this person. Everybody I think has had that moment where I wonder what ever happened to someone. I ain't heard from them. This is a perfect moment to come here and tell your story or and hear other people's story. And you never know. It might motivate somebody to do something, or it might bring up something that it might save somebody. You never know. Like, some people might need to get some things out that was bothering them, over years. So if they reach out to you, definitely come holler, man. We want to see you.
Yeah, if you got any beef with Corey, go ahead and get it out. Go ahead and say your piece. He's here. He's mature.
He apologized.
He's ready to hear how he's offended.
And shout out to the teachers. We need more of you on here. Like
Yeah.
that warmed my heart to see Ms. Merrill.
That was sweet.
Because we getting older, they getting older. It's like they a legacy. A lot of who we are was because of them.
That's very
And I'm
true.
sure they would like to see people that they taught, and what they've become.
Yeah.
So shout out to the teachers, definitely.
You remember your lines? You remember your lines from Ms. Workshop?
Shout out to Ms. Warshaw. If she sees this, I have told so many people about my 9th grade English teacher in my life and how she impacted, how we had them folders and she made us keep all that work. And at the end of the school year, she said, go back and look at the very first couple of tests. And then at the end, go back and look at your last few. And when I tell you the first couple, I'm pretty sure everybody can relate. Nothing but red ink. And then by the time you get to the end, it's free and clear. I don't think I've ever had a teacher, teach me as well as she did. So with that being said, Ms. Warshaw, I just want to say, alas, that love whose view is muffled still should without eyes see pathways to his will. So where shall we dine? Oh me, what fray was here, yet tell me not, for I have heard it all. Has much to do with hate, but more with love. Why then, oh brawling love, oh loving hate, oh anything of nothing's first create? That was our Romeo and Juliet, 9th grade. Don't ask me how I remember. Don't ask me how all these years I've recited this thing in my head in moments that
It kept you through. It kept you.
I remember it. And credits to you.
Wow.
I love that.
I would not even remember my monologue. Like,
I always remember Mr. Doyle class when we did those videos.
now,
Oh man.
Literally was
Drama
going to bring that
yes.
up.
Yes.
Always remember
when,
that.
and
DMX, shout out.
Yeah,
Rest in peace, DMX.
Boys, more money, more problems video.
And we were the Temptations.
They did the Temptations.
David
I
Ruffin.
remember David Ruffin.
I wasn't
David
in that
Ruffin. I
class.
still remember,
I remember
the
that dance.
dance.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Look, that wasn't my
Man.
class, but that was my class. I was like, oh, they performing today? Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead.
get the camera.
Let me get
we
this
was
camera
ready
and
for
sit
that.
in here and watch them do this.
That was fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look, I was supposed to be in computers. I said, oh, they perform. They doing their stuff today. Can I go take the pictures? You Sure, I'm right up there.
She always found a way to be out of class.
Always.
Always.
I wasn't.
I wanted the hallways when we only had 2.
I wasn't the only one. I wasn't.
I was walking around in Cheltenham High today.
So we in the hallway. So
Right.
saw you in the stairwell.
Right, like, why were you in the stairwell? But I literally was walking around Cheltenham today, looking at how huge that school was compared to ours. Those 2 floors shaped us, though.
Man.
Yeah,
Those
they
2 floors shaped us. Everybody
Yeah.
else had all of this technology, all these huge schools, all these classrooms.
First floor, second floor,
First
basement.
floor, second floor, basement,
Cut through the lunchroom.
and we did the thing with it.
Small basketball court in the yard.
Open.
Right.
Yeah, we need help.
Still in grade books, like
We need
the universal remotes, changing TVs. We
Yeah.
did
That part.
man.
That
It
part.
was crazy.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
part.
It was
We
fun.
did, but we got it done.
We did get
We
a
drove
trail-
them places. Yep.
trailblazers.
We got it done.
But yeah, guys, come on, do the interviews. Like,
I
it's
look forward to
fun.
seeing more.
It's a
Right.
good time. There's no pressure. We're just reminiscing. And literally, this is our legacy continuing.
Mhm.
You know, we're capturing the moments. We're good and grown now.
Ooh.
A lot
Good
of things
and
have
grown.
good and grown. A lot of things have changed with us, but it's really a good vibe. It's good to see everybody. It's good to have this energy, this fellowship, and absolutely, come on. Like, there's nothing to be scared of. Again, air out who you need to. There's no need to care. He'll be here, apparently. I didn't know he was going to be here. I might have had some more stuff, but I didn't think real good. I'm joking. But like, yes, it's good vibes. So definitely make sure, if you haven't signed up, sign up. Come on through. We want to hear from everybody, because there's definitely some people who have just fallen off the base of planning. I'm like, where are they?
Mhm.
Where
Where
are
are
they?
they now?
Yeah, where are they now?
Wow.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me in high school, I wasn't too boisterous. I feel like I was shy. I still am. But however, I felt coming on would be a good way to see the growth in everybody, and then also in myself. Like, I thought I was going to be nervous because that's just how it is, but no, it was like old time. Like,
Yeah,
we back at Moat. Like,
Yep.
like I feel like I said before, it's just that bond. Like, no matter how long it is, like, it's still there. No matter what your friend group is, we all still have that bond.
Right.
We used to be in that first hallway.
Mhm,
Right in front
mhm.
of the hallway, too. Like,
Was it in front of Miss Merle's
especially when
class?
Will used to hold them meetings, and Darla would be out there.
Yeah.
Started talking his stories about shampoo and all
Oh,
that. Like,
yeah, remember
grown
shampoo? You
man,
was looking like a
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Will, where are you at?
He was like a
Yes.
college student in high
Right.
school. Like,
Right.
Selling cars. I'm like, you a little car salesman. What?
Right.
Story for everything.
Last year. What? How?
He came in with his leather jacket. He was
Yes,
always
yeah.
put together.
He was like with a mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can make a movie about
Yes,
him.
literally, they
Great.
really can. They
Yeah.
really can.
we definitely need that reunion. I think we would have an amazing,
Yeah, we'd have a
amazing
blast.
time. Like,
And that's what this is, right? This is just a prelude to the actual reunion that we hope to
We
host
need an extra hour after
after the party, just
Yeah,
to talk.
uh-huh.
And that's what this is. It's like, let's talk before we had it, that weekend, because
I'll be doing the whole week.
Oh, we could do on a weekend.
Because again, I mean, we're gonna do it, right?
hey man,
So-
look, let's get it.
Yeah, so
Right.
we want everybody to, come on, speak your piece, reunite with us before we actually, go ahead and have a really good time
Yeah.
and party. We want to talk, we want to bond and everything, and be able to essentially host this reunion. I won't announce the date yet. We do have one, but I won't announce it yet. But
See, them
we want to be
cliffhangers.
the
them
one.
cliffhangers.
She loves a good cliffhanger.
I do.
Cliffhanger.
But essentially, we want to be the class to host the reunion. And as you guys mentioned, we're so connected to even other classes that we're not even excluding other classes from our reunion. But it
They're
will
so
be
happy
hosted.
about that because they feel some type of way.
Yeah, no, we're
I
not.
have had
If
some
you are
messages
watching,
about this,
we are not excluding
No,
you.
we gonna expand actually.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
can't stop.
yeah,
Says, yeah,
but
I'm not allowed.
there has been some
this
messages,
forum,
some
this is for
heat.
our class. We'll invite y'all to the party. But
Yeah.
This is for us.
This right here is
It's for
for
us.
again, camera, for our own motivation class of 2001. Just right now, we just gotta get through the rest of the class
Gotta
first.
find them.
But we coming to all of y'all. We just got to get through the rest of the class.
Yeah.
But we will not be excluding anyone necessarily from the reunion. However, it will be hosted by the 2001 Martial Motivation class.
The
Absolutely.
Trailblazers.
Hosted by her.
Hosted
I like
by
that.
our class. But Anybody.
Absolutely. Come on.
If you
up.
felt connected to us, if you feel, if you're feeling anything, if you're getting anything from this, this setting, the show, if it's motivating you, if it's inspiring you, if it's doing anything, resonating with you, I mean, we want you to be a part. That's the type of class that we are. But yeah, it's gonna be hosted by us for y'all. So,
All right.
thank you all for coming on our fourth episode on the Made Network Project. And we hope to see the rest of y'all. Good night.
Peace out, everybody.